Hello everyone, my name is Robin. I'm a fashion designer based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I post sewing tutorials, DIY, and fashion videos. So today I have an interesting post for you all. Have you ever wondered how fashion designers cinch in their waist for the corset to make it look sexy and appealing, to create that hourglass? Well, I have the answer for you. I made my research and I came up with the answer. It's called a waist tape. Yes, you heard me. A waist tape. Not just your anyhow tape, but strictly for the waist. That is what cinch in that waist to give it that hourglass, that small waist you've always been dreaming about having. Yes, that is it. And the way you can get it is through Amazon. No, when you order it outside internationally. But I have created another alternative. Yes, trust me. There's always a way. There will always be a way. So I have come up with two solutions. One, you can use a pita sham. This piece of strap, I'm telling you, it works. You need something very stiff, pita sham, and it's 1 inch in size. You can see that? 1 inch. So this is what to use, and I'm going to show you how to go about it. So, but for my client now, my client is a size 22, if I'm correct, yes. Her waist is 44. So for her size, I'm going with 1.5. 1.5. So this is it. So I have my fabric here, and I'm going to measure out the strap. So I'm going to do 3.5 because I have to leave in seam space for the seam. So I'm going to mark it out. 3.5. There you go. 3.5. And trust me, I don't use my scissors to cut straps. I use this. And believe me, it comes in very handy. It's a very useful tool, this rotary cutter. And believe me, you'll fall in love with it. Easy. It makes your work very, very easy. So I'm going to cut the strap and I'll come back later on when I'm done. So this is the straps. Done. So I'm going to go over the machine. I'm going to let you know how to start and how to tack it in. Hello everyone, I'm back again. So I'm going to show you how to measure your strap out for your corset. That's a waist tape. And how to attach it to the corset. I showed you how to make out a waist tape. So now I'm going to show you how to find out the measurement for the waist tape. What you're going to use to attach, the length you're going to use to attach to your corset. So you need your marker, your ruler, or a chalk if you have. So we are going to do this. We are going to measure out. Take your tape rule and you measure out from the back dart to the other end of the back dart. But before then, you need your ruler. You need to mark out your waistline. Very important, because you can't just put your waist tape anyhow. You need the exact waistline position. So now this is what you're going to do. Before or when you have cut out your fabric, after you have drafted it out, you need to notch. You can see the way I did it exactly. You need to notch here. I didn't notch this, but because I know where the exact measurement is, I don't need to notch that. So I'm going to use the ruler. I have already marked it out, but I'm going to show you how to do it again. All right, so from this end, you just need to place your ruler, position the ruler at the waistline. Just straighten it out like this. Exactly. Then you rule. See that? You rule. From this end of the ruler to the other end, you place it on the waistline. That's the side waistline. to the other end of the side waistline. All right, see that? Don't worry, if the hip area is disturbing, just fold it in like this and you're done. You see that? It's straight. So now you are just going to place your ruler here, then all the way, make sure you place it down, yeah, like this. And they are done. Remember to take it to the other end like this here. You see? There. So now we're going to measure it out. Please don't forget, don't use your waistline, your side waist to side waist. No, it won't work like that. You need the tape, waist tape, from the back dot to the other side of the back dot. So now we're going to measure it out. Quite simple. See here, measure this from here. In position, right. From here, measure it down, measure it down, see that? Measure it down. Measure it down all the way to this end. So we have 33 inches. And that is exactly what you are going to cut out for your waist tape. So when you are done, I'm going to cut out my own and I will take it to the machine and show you how to tack it or sew it. You can use hand tack it, or you can use your sewing machine. So let me cut out my straps and I'll come back later. So this is how it is. So I'm going to show you how to attach the waist tape to the corset. So there are two ways. You can either sew it or you can hand stitch it with your needle and thread, whichever way is preferable to you, your choice. So I'm going to do this. So look at where I notched. This is the waistline for the back dot. What you're going to do is you're going to place this here exactly at the notch here. You see that? Here. And you take your pin. You see, it's inside out already. So you pin it, then you take it to your machine. See the way I'm doing it, so you will have to watch. See that? See that? Done. Then you move over to the next one. Please take note. You don't do this side. You do this other side. Have you seen that? This other side. This is how it is. Exactly like this. Use your hand to smooth it down. See that? At the notch. stretch it out again. See this? Then you take your pin and you pin it. And you see. Okay, now so this is the last part. I have stitched other ends. You can see this is how it looks like. Let me spread it out for you. Okay, so this is how it looks like. You can see the waist tape exactly on the waistline. You can see that exactly on the waistline. You can see. Now this is the very end, so I'm going to show you. The way you did this is the other way you're going to do this one. In the same way, you are going to stitch this end. So the same way you are going to stitch this end. And you're going to stitch this very end. I'm going to run it here. Now, if you're ever in a situation where you have accidentally cut out the allowance for the dart, you can as well use your you can use needle and thread to hand stitch it all the way down here. Just hand stitch it here, or use your machine and run it down. Just trying to set my camera so like this, you can see. Here. Once again, I'm stretching it out. See, space. Let me see. Is it good? Yes.
Up north's getting cold soon. The way it is, we're on land, so I'm someone to hold true. Keep you cool when it's still alive. Won't let you down when it's all ruined. Just the same way you show me.
And that is all. And you're done with your waist tape.
You showed me love.
You see that? Thank you very much for watching. So to support me, click and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Love you, stay blessed. Bye.